Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Jesus Prabhupada. Okay, I'm trying to fix my video. I don't know if you can hear me. Okay. Jesus Prabhupada. Can you hear me there, Lalita?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm trying to fix my video here. It's a problem.
Okay, okay.
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. There we go. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Okay. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Jesus Prabhupada, 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 Jesus Prabhupada. Oh my Lord! Oh, what shelter they have! It's amazing. Oh, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. What would we have done without these merciful benefactors and benedictors if they didn't come to our planet, man? We would be really lost. Oh, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada, Jesus Prabhupada. Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Oh my lords, oh my lord, Shri Krishna, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Sri Vasari Gaura Bhaktavinda. Oh, my Lord, my Lord, my Lord. Nityananda, Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Sri Advaita Nityananda. Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra, Sri Advaita Nityananda, Gora Chandra, Gora Chandra. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra. Ah, Hare Krishna. Okay. Ah, ah. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra. Ah. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra. Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Gora Chandra Shri Advaita Nityananda Gora Chandra Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Oh! Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Ah, ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You know, if people don't have a guru that's ecstatic devotee, visibly ecstatic, you're 98, 99% in danger of being cheated in this life. 99%. Cheated of this. This is Krishna consciousness, man. It's nothing else but this. And it's right before the world. They can't see it because they're blind, because they're being cheated. And that's the truth. Maya is always cheating. Krishna is always hiding. It's only the real devotees, when it's time, expose the truth. Otherwise, you can't. No one can surmount Krishna's Maya. You know, we're either controlled by the spiritual energy or the material. You know. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You blind people out there, you blind Vaishnavas, may your eyes be opened. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Study your books good. Spend another extra hour a day studying the Leela of Lord Caitanya and what real devotion is and real devotees are. And then come and see it manifest, where God is really working in this transcendental potency. Otherwise, what good is it? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. If people haven't seen a devotee chanting the holy name in ecstasy, which is actually communing with God, you haven't seen reality yet. You haven't seen anything real. Nothing. You're seeing nothing but illusions everywhere. Illusions of reality, shadows of the truth. That's why the Lord comes and his devotees come. If a devotee comes, even though you don't see the Lord visibly, still you can get a visual representation by their understanding and their knowledge, only their knowledge, because of loving ecstasy. No other really way to get it. The Lord's hidden from everybody else that doesn't have this kind of devotion, this prema, this Holy Spirit, holiest of Holy Spirits. She's the only, personified as Radha. Radha is that devotion. It reveals the truth about the Supreme Lord as he is. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. What happiness! My God, man. You guys are missing out. I mean, big time. You people out there in Vitae land, you're really missing out. Hare Krishna. This is revival time, man. Well, I guess it's to be people's favorite sahajas. I heard that one today. We're some devotees' favorite sahajas. See, things are increasing. Most popular sahajas on the internet. Favorite sahajas now. Hey, man, I see this as progress. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. We're getting a lot of people waking up. Lolita was counting them out this morning. There's a lot of Belgium devotees. Hare Krishna. Where's Tom, man? Where is he lately? He's hiding in the background or something. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya. You know, that Narayan Raj thing was actually a good thing for me and for everybody, because that is like one of the biggest snares, because it looks kind of like the real thing. They kind of portray it like the real thing, but it isn't. See, so I had to, it was really a good experience, because I got to see the difference, really see the subtle differences. So many devotees are caught up in that, because they want Krishna, they want it, and but the only way is the narrow gate. See, isn't it funny? It always comes down to the narrow gate. It always comes down to the narrow gate. you, you could tell they always have the same realization. Everything is leading to the door. The devotee that actually has such a very rare, uncommon relationship with the Lord. And then if they get the order, like we got the order to actually teach about this, because usually this is a big secret. you know this is the Moses saw stuff like this, but then the Lord said, no, just give them rules, regulations. Same thing, Prabhupada, Bhakti Siddhanta, and Bhakti Vinod, they saw this. What I'm seeing, they saw. But the Lord said, give them rules, regulations. It's not time for this. That's why you see how the order comes so nicely in the line from Prabhupada at the right time. We're worshiping for years, and actually it's almost like calling Advaita, the call of Advaita, an ecstatic worship for a long time. And then, poof, the Lord decides to come. I didn't know I was calling on behalf of humanity. I was just calling, because I wanted to be happy. The Lord was my, you know, Lord Chaitanya's association was my true happiness. That's all I knew. I just, charity begins at home, I just, and then Prabhupada said, okay, you've had enough of that in the closet. Get out there, man. Get your booty out there. Go. It's time to go mainstream. Yeah, so here we are. Growing too, kind of growing here, man. Why not, man? Why wouldn't you want to be? Why wouldn't people want God, man? Why? Yeah, he's the most attractive person. Just so we have to just really get it, more and more, where people start seeing, man, you guys are really extraordinarily happy in your relationship with some invisible name of God that we don't quite see. We just chant it. You guys are chanting it with some feelings, and some strange understanding we don't quite understand. We don't quite get what does this mean, to those who worship Krishna with loving ecstasy, I give them the under. I don't understand that. Oh, okay. Just keep listening. Keep hanging out, and gradually you'll understand the plain and simple truth. Whether you're a guru, whether you're in the world, Whether you're a follower of some teachings and everything, if you would just understand that verse, to those who, if you, just want to know the truth, and everybody, why wouldn't everybody want to know the truth? Really? I mean, if you know the truth and you have real knowledge, see, and real understanding about what life is about, why you're suffering, why people, some rare few people are really happy like this, then you'll have the supreme experience of life. People are not experiencing life in its ultimate end simply because of lack of knowledge. Even in the Bible, God said that. God said, "My people are being destroyed because of lack of knowledge." See, real knowledge comes from those who lovingly, ecstatically, prema wise worship the God with intimacy and ecstasy. The best knowledge comes through them. The clearest knowledge, the best logic, and the greatest happy feeling comes through them. See, isn't that see? Chaitanya Charitamrita, the book is telling you that. When you're ready to be delivered, see, this could be a message for you out there in Vaidhi land or wherever in the world. When you're ready to be delivered, have you suffered enough yet? Has Big Brother, like tricked you enough out there? The Big Brother, the government, the religion gurus out there, have you been misled enough? And if you are and you're looking for the truth, and if you're fortunate, Krishna will lead you here, and then you'll get the truth. You'll get real knowledge and real understanding, because the real kind of worship is there. The whole formula in that Bhagavad Gita 10:10 is right here, right in front of everybody, revealed. See, as it is. That verse personified in persons here. See? Devotee Bhagavat, book Bhagavat. The truths are manifest. With just the book Bhagavat, it's not fully manifest. But devotee Bhagavat, book Bhagavat, complete truth. See? You take shelter of that truth, you're delivered easily. Otherwise, very difficult. That's right. That's why, see, a great sage is not a great sage unless their opinion differs from others. Our opinion even has to differ, in a sense, from Prabhupada's path that he taught. Just like Jesus's, his understanding had to differ in some ways from what Moses taught. Has to. Otherwise, you get the same old, same old. You just get the rules, regulations, and religion and ceremonies. The dry wafer and the grape juice as your communion with God. That's a shadow of the truth. Real communion with God is chanting the holy name in ecstasy and intimacy, like you see with your eyes here. That's why we're certain Vaides' favorite sahajas. Because we can show them what no sahajas can show them, even. Now that's saying something. But they all, you need to ask, like, okay, well, what's the difference between Lord Chaitanya and what's going on here? Would you call him a sahaja because he cried? Would you call the real followers of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda sahajas because they cried and laughed like we do? What is the difference? See? Well, they were in knowledge because Chaitanya Charitamrita is their understanding that they got from their laughing and crying and choking and jumping around like we do. What is our understanding? It's the same, isn't it? Don't we preach the Chaitanya Charitamrita principles? So it's the same deal. My God, you can get here now. No sahajas. I know one, right? I go to Mayapur. I'll show you a sahaja. Nice painter. Even my ex-wife glorifies him, thinks, oh, this is a real devotee. That's what she gets, the fool she is. I show you real sahaja there. And it's all for him, it's all about tits and ass. Breasts, tits and ass, even his deity, Gadadhar, has nice big breasts. Oh, he loves those breasts, man. You, see, that's sahaja. I go in the garden with him. I saw all these things. I have plenty of experience. I know what sahajas are. Krishna, he put me through the tour of the world and of Vaishnavas and gurus and systems. I'm sitting in the garden looking at a real sahaja man going. He knew I was out there watching, and and he's going to the garden and picking from the thing and going all these caricatures. I think this guy is really out the wall. And then I talk to he's like completely like a materialistic vibration. You can cheat yourself. You can cheat fools that leave here, like my ex-wife. But you can't cheat Krishna and real devotees with real bhakti, that rare bhakti. Okay? It's a narrow gate, man. You can't get in through Narayan Mirage. Nobody got in. I couldn't see one. Why? Because it's not a real door. It doesn't matter how nice you are. A lot of nice people in the Narayan Mirage group. They follow the etiquettes and they're in mode of goodness and they follow rules of regular. They're nice people, but not getting in, are they? Because you got to go through the real door. You can't go in through a false door. See? You can't even go in through Prabhupada, right? Because it's the teaching. You can go to a certain extent, and we're here. It's like winning an Olympic race. You got the runners running around, the tandem runners, right? There's one runner runs around half the track. That's as far as they can go, right? Then they pass the baton on. That's called the disciplic line. Well, here we're here to finish it. Everybody can finish. Anybody with any connection with the parampara. If you come here, now you'll win the race. This is the last stretch. Prabhupada passed the baton over here. I grabbed it and I'm running with it. See, you got some Belgium devotees and UK devotees and where's it? Holland or wherever that is over there. And then we got some sitting in the bleachers in Turkey watching the race. Thinking they're in the race. He's just watching, man, sitting on in the bleachers out there, watching the Olympic competition, which this is. Yeah. And the beauty of this, anybody who's inspired, the Lord inspired, you can come into the competition. You know, it's not even a competition. We already won. Yeah. You come here, you just become a winner. Isn't that the way it works? Just come here and stick it out. Get purified, and you're a winner. You're a winner just in the beginning. You're getting purified spontaneously. Where do you find a path like that? You know how much people pay to get purified elsewhere with psychiatrists and it doesn't even work properly? Yeah, there's one guy, he's a spiritual guy too. Psychologist, no, psychologist, yeah. Becoming famous, and he's into a Mayavadi. And the same stuff comes up, that comes up here, but nobody gets over it. I'm watching the whole thing. I'll show you the guy. They have big, long seminars, how to get over your conditioning. Here, it's just incidental. Just come here and the Lord will rip it away. He has big, long, they sit there and meditate on their conditionings and all, try to get rid of it. They can't get rid of it because there's only one door. It's the real devotee, man. The rare devotee has a real, unquestionable relationship with God. If you understand these books, you study them, there is no doubt that Lord Caitanya is here and working. There's no doubt the mercy is here, really. If you really observe, even, your eyes will pop open. Oh, how can it not be so if so many people are awakening like this here? What is Amy? Let's see what she has to say. Amy's our oracle. Popular and favorite sounds like a win. No surprise to me. You are the best. Most people don't know they're suffering as they are still covered with inferior. Yes. Yeah. See, the truth will set them free. Didn't stop Jesus from preaching, did it? Didn't stop Lord Chaitanya from preaching. That's called mercy. Yeah, it's going to be uncommon. Yeah, that's why Jesus said, "Don't think I came here to promote peace. I came here with a sword to divide people that are to stay in the Maya for a while and those who are ready to go." He was the boat, man. You ready to embark? Lord Chaitanya was the boat. See, and we have a revival of that now. This is the boat for the Vaishnavas, beginning with the Vaishnavas. And anybody can come on this boat. There's no discrimination here. You can come from the world, you can come from Vaishnavism, you could be a guru or a follower, it doesn't matter. Anybody can go, just get on the boat. Can you see that this is the real boat? Well, you hang out for a while and it will show, we'll prove it. This is a better, more seaworthy boat in Maya, in this to cross over this Maya than anything out there. Anything. That's all just bluff, man. All isn't Maya a bluffer? Have you not studied Prabhupada's books and seen that Maya is always bluffing you? She's always cheating you all the way into religion. That's why I've abandoned religion. My friends here easily abandon religion and all its ceremonies, and you don't need them. That's for the beginners. Real beginners. But you beginners come here and you'll become advanced devotees. We have advanced devotees here that are more advanced than 1,000 gurus like Jaipataka and Radhanath. 1,000 times. We got devotees here 1,000 times more advanced. And they ain't even looking for it to be a guru or anything. They're just so happy relishing prema and bhakti. Prema bhakti. That's how attractive prema is. They are gurus just by their example. They're a better guru than Jaipataka and Radhanath and all of them, just by their example of following the real path. They went in the door and they're the shepherd of the sheep, just like every verse is their experience here. But not theirs, not these gurus. They didn't go in the door yet. All their following rules of the Mosaic Vaishnavism and same thing with the Moses followers was leading up to the ecstatic devotee like Jesus and Lord Chaitanya and also us here. And if you don't go through this door, you didn't make it. You come back again until you find the door again and try again. Try to find that door. Well, am I not announcing it enough, you sleepyheads out there? Am I not direct enough where the Lord can be found? Where the door to Vrindavan is? It's always like this. There's a lot of sleepyheads out there. Krishna, when he went to steal Rukmini, it was too easy for him. He go because everybody is sleepy in this mind. They're all like demoniac and in the modes of nature and all that stuff, and they couldn't see Krishna coming. He goes and he grabs Rukmini because she was out of all those people the one who wanted to marry him. See, anybody out there like that? Are you writing a letter in your heart right now to Krishna? Well, we very easily can get you. We're here to deliver this message of deliverance. Krishna's ready for you, man. Ready for the marriage. He grabs Rukmini, and 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 then he goes and he looks back and nobody's following. He said, "What kind of pastime is this? Got no action, no battle, nothing. What kind of movie is this? I just go in there." And it's because that's the way the Lord is. He's very powerful. He's over. So he starts a battle. He says, "Hey, you guys out there, I just stole Rukmini, who you guys wanted to marry." And then okay. And then they start running after him, and they charging. Then Rukmini she's also a good bow woman. She's out there shooting arrows. They got the chases on, and then Krishna wins, of course. So that's what we're here with deliverance. It's the same thing. Hey, you sleepyheads out there, you know. Why am I preaching like Prabodhananda the Saraswati? Huh? Why am I telling poo-pooing all the gurus that he poo-pooed? He says you demigods are nothing. You're just like flowers in the sky. You gurus are like nothing. If you don't have any ecstatic devotion, you don't have any real meaning to the Lord yet. But you could have meaning. You could be a real guru. You could be a real follower. But you don't come here, you won't. You'll just be following mundane persons who don't have, if you don't have ecstatic love, your guru doesn't have ecstatic love, you're not alive yet. That's the truth, man. Yeah, I dare you, Acharya Dave, you come here and prove me wrong that you can have any real life without ecstatic love, without devotion to Krishna. Devotion is the only reality in this world. And if you're lucky, if you see it or even hear the word devotion, because who's speaking about that? Who is showing what real devotion is? Huh? Who's showing the glories of real devotion? The power of it. The power to save people from the cycle of birth and death, which we've done already, which is the greatest miracle of all. Oh, you think parting the seas is any big deal? People turned away from God after seeing the seas parted. See? Huh. But this is permanent, man. You stick around long enough, you'll never come back to this material world again. Not like any ordinary persons. You'll come back seeing the truth and delivering people like we do now. Not only me, but we have assistants here doing a great job. And after these discourses, you still believe in that? Well, you're not. It's not your time yet. Yeah, yeah. Just go out and get your experiences and see that the Lord is proving our words to be true. Didn't we read that? The Lord proves the devotees' words to be true. Does anybody remember when I said that? Oh, I remember that. That's very significant. The Lord's already proven that I'm not lying to you, that I'm not bluffing you. I'm not bluffing the world. I'm not bluffing Jaipatakas and ISKCON devotees. I'm not bluffing any of them. I'm not bluffing the guy who were his favorite sahaja. Not bluffing at all. Because the Lord has proven my words to be true by delivering people. The greatest miracle of all. The miracle that Lord Caitanya came to do was deliver people so easily, just like we deliver people so easily, because the Lord is backing this work. The Parampara is backing this work. Srila Prabhupada is backing these words. See? There's currency behind it. There's realization behind it. Yeah. Favorite sahaja. Well, that's at least that's something, man. Sahaja. You have no idea what it is. Practically all the Vaishnavas are sahajas out there. Unless you have love of Krishna, you're sahaja. Sahaja means you're trying to act like a devotee, but you're really not. Devotee means devotion, man. Where's the symptoms of it? These gurus are go hard. No, I say you're a sahaja. Unless you have devotion. I mean, if you got it, then you're not a sahaja. Yeah, let's see some symptoms and signs. Sorry, man. We're no shows. Then I call you a sahaja. What you're trying to act like a door to Vrindavan? Isn't that what our books teach there, Lalita? That the guru is the door to Vrindavan? Don't our books teach that? So what's the problem? Are you the door to Vrindavan? Can we see that inside you, people look at you, they see Vrindavan mood, it's Vrindavan ecstasy, Vrindavan happiness. When they look at you, well, I never seen that in Radhanath or any of those gurus, none of them, not even in Narayan Raj. He never looked like that to me, the Vrindavan happiness. I think you all are being fooled. And I'll stand by my experience. Why? Because it makes me happy. I never got this happiness from Narayan Raj. I never got it from the Radhakund Babajis. I only, if anything, I get anything, I look at Prabhupada's books, so I feel this kind of happiness. So what's that saying? Even my intuition shows me. I look at the holy name, with meditate on, it gives me this happiness. So I don't know, man, I'll stick with this. I think God's like that. He just likes what makes him happy, and it just happens to be devotion. It happens to be devotees. When I'm around a real devotee, I'm happy. When I'm around a non devotee, I don't feel happy, and it doesn't add anything to my life. Cling, cling, bang, bang. That's all I hear. Got to make a Hollywood blockbuster, get people's attention. Everybody's so dull. Yeah, it's like Hollywood. The movies are not very good. They can't be because people are so dull. You can't have a storyline, that has any moral anymore because people have no morality practically. They've been conditioning people to, they're breaking down civilization now. This Maya, this Kali Yuga, man. So if you don't come into this kind of space, Maya's going to break it down. She's dismantling everything right now. Oh, unless you're in the apocalypse, man. If you got to be in the rapture. This is the rapture. You come here, you'll get the rapture, man. You'll be enraptured by Krishna and Radha and devotion and devotees and everything devotional. You'll be enraptured by it, and therefore then you're saved. Otherwise, not. You're not saved by your shadows of the truth. You're not, by your ceremonies and ceremonial communion with the Lord and your ceremonially washing of the deity there. No, he's looking for the washing with the tears, right, Lalita? Isn't that a great way to wash the Lord with his tears? Oh, he wants to be worshipped like that. That's why he came. That's why Jesus came. That's why Lord Caitanya came. And that's why Gauridas is here too, to wash the Lord profusely and to teach others how to do it also and the glories of it. Otherwise, that's all you're going to get. The best you're going to do is be there on the big altar, on the stage, and to put on a nice show of washing the deity and have no idea. I don't have to go buy an expensive deity and build a big, expensive temple to wash the deity. I do it every day. The Lord likes this better. How do I know? Because I feel it. I experience this. It's called communion. See, I don't need to wait for once a month for communion, special communion at the Catholic Church with a dry wafer and grape juice for my communion. Oh, wow, I got communion. It's like Balaram saying, wow, I got this person to chant Hare Krishna with any ecstasy. Oh, we don't care. It's just the shadow. I like the shadow of truth. Oh, I like the speculations on that. Oh, wow, is he a big teacher now? I watch him put all these things. Oh, he's really into it, man. Okay, it floats your boat. Maybe it's something. Get him out there a little bit or so. Who the hell knows? I don't know, man. Oh, let's see. Amy Rose says, psychologically can't fix or heal anything. It's a hoax. The only help doctor can give us is drugs to mask the problem. Yeah, and it's interesting because they were trying to say that the drugs are poison, and everything, and they're admitting it now. Big Pharma is, oh, of course it's poison. There's got to be some poison in there, but the benefit outweighs the poison. They say. So a lot of times you take these things and the effect is worse than the cure. I mean, that's what they. So that's this thing with this. The poison is worse than the cure, and we didn't even need it because 98%, 99% recovery from that thing that I can't even mention, which is another reason. Can you imagine? How can you the world believe in people that are censoring you? How can you believe in your religious leaders when they're censoring you? Do I censor? You can be yourself here, more or less. If you start creating a disturbance because of the false ego, it might have to put you at a distance. Because, we like to relish our mellows too. Got to have our food, you know. If you're too much, into the false ego and totally like rasa basa, you bring in false ego into this. I got to put you a little aside. Stay a little over there. Sit outside on the doorstep and listen. Like Murari Gupta, he was on the doorstep outside listening to what was going on inside. He couldn't come in. Lord wouldn't let him in. All right. So where were we? Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Oh, this is interesting. Here, what is this? BS. Oh, this is Brahma Samhita. Yeah. I'm going to read one verse from Brahma Samhita. Text 6. The Lord of Gokul is transcendental supreme Godhead, the own self of eternal ecstasies. The own self of eternal ecstasies. The Lord of Gokul is a transcendental supreme Godhead, the own self of eternal ecstasies. He is superior of all superiors and is busily engaged in the enjoyments of the transcendental realm and has no association with his mundane potency. Oh, this is great.
Where can I find that text, Guru Maharaj?
Well, it's in the Veda base, but you better. You're gonna lose everything that I'm gonna say just to try to find it. So I would just don't worry about it. I'm not gonna read. I'm just reading one verse. The Gokul, the Lord of Gokul is the transcendental supreme Godhead, the own self of eternal ecstasy. And I don't know if it's translated that good, but it's good. It's amazing. So that's the chanting of the Hare Krishna mantra. See, this is the own self of the Lord. See, in the spiritual dimension. That's why when getting the shelter of the Lord is He gives us entrance into this the ecstasy of ecstasies, the greatest happiness is amazing. Well, let me go back to the verse here. Yeah, the own self of eternal ecstasies. See, so that's the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra is the source of all ecstasies, the greatest of all happinesses and ecstasies. Just like in the world, there's some kind of ecstasy and sense gratification. It gives a happiness, right? But the ecstasy of ecstasies is God Himself. This intimate relationship that you get by coming in the real line. This is why it's eternal. It's the thing that attracts us forever to the Lord. There's once you can never forget this. When we open up to this is called the awakening. You may deviate in this, but you'll always remember, this is the true reality, is the Lord's name. In Him. This is Him. See? And you get the same experiences if we were in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago and seeing the Lord, and you're a devotee and the ecstasy awakes. That's why it's always ever fresh. We see this, we have the shelter of the Lord. This for us, it's always ever fresh, always new. Deeper happiness becomes visible. I mean, when people say we're their favorite sahajis, that's saying something. If you're a Vaidhi Bhakta, in other words, they're feeling good being around us, but they can't quite admit it yet. See, they're coming out of the illusion. I see this as progress. See, he is the superior of all superiors. See, that's why Lord Brahma, who is the creator of this universe, the demigod, he's sub-creator on the inspiration of God, the higher God, the true God, Krishna. He looked, he says, hey man, you're the source of everything. He said, Krishna, you're the source of everything. You're the God of gods. And that was Krishna just playing in Vrindavan. See, source of everything. You can see in Vrindavan, everything it kind of looks like this world. This world, can you imagine the shadow? He's the source of the shadow, and you can see it in Vrindavan, man. Because a devotee, when they realize Krishna is transcendental potency, they look at the world and they say, this is like Vrindavan. Look, people have friends here, they have families, and this is Vrindavan. See, Krishna is the source of that. There's no other devotees, even Narayan. You can't say you don't see that going on there. You don't see the reflection in the truth all the way to the extent only Vrindavan. That's why Krishna is a source of even the Maya. The feelings, mundane material feelings. It's like Radha transformed, stepped down into the material. They also have feelings in Vrindavan, right? Just like they have feelings here. They have intimacy here, They have people are having sex and intimate relations, man and woman like that. Well, they're having that transcendental. This is the shadow of that. That's because Vrindavan, Krishna is the source of all of this. Logically, Brahma says, you're the source. Krishna is the source of everything. Even this Maya here comes, it's the shadow of that ultimate truth of Vrindavan. The reflection, the dark, shimmering reflection of that. See, the Lord came to save us out of this. You just do a transfer of wealth. We're engaged in a wealth transfer. Just like, see, the shadow is engaged in a wealth transfer for the materialists. Materialists, they want to transfer their wealth, get it from the poor people. They want to transform this is the way you're always getting the raw end of the deal, people out there. They're taking your wealth and transferring it to these elites, the intimate servants of Maya. Well, we're also doing that here in this Sangha. This is the time for the wealth transfer, but it's the opposite. We're transferring the wealth of Krishna to the world and making everybody rich. This is the difference. This is true elitism. Just like the elites are few, right? Yeah, well, right now there's a few, but want to make many. The elites stay small, and they like their small group, right? They're always small. Here we get big. We start small and end up big. See, win-win for everybody. This is a wealth transfer the wealth. In this special Kali Yuga, we're transferring the wealth of love of Krishna, see, to the world, anybody and everybody. Anybody can come. If you guys want to be the last like you were, the same thing in Chaitanya Leela, you gurus and you followers of the Vedas, who are overly attached to those things, you come later. Or you can come now if you want. You don't have to repeat that one. You come last if you make it. Who knows? See, transfer wealth now. So we're here to transfer Krishna to others. You see, it's only this way. You have to be authorized to transfer this wealth. The Krishna is not going to he's not going to transfer it through people who haven't realized him intimately, and he gives the order to do it. That's why it's not done. It wasn't done through Narayan Raj. It wasn't done through any of these gurus. They don't have authorizations that I see. But it's done here, right? Because we're authorized to do it. Otherwise, it wouldn't work. See? Krishna proves the words of Gaurahari here true. It's nothing that I can do materially to do that. Krishna, God, has to prove the words of his real devotees true. Didn't Jesus say that? He said that. Look at the work my Father is doing. See, what work is that here? See, that work was like physical healings and stuff like that, but actually that's a reflection of the real healing. See, the real healing is the awakening of the spiritual body because it's dead, it needs to be resurrected, dormant. That's the work my friend is doing. His father in relation. I like Krishna as a friend. He's more fun. He likes it better too. Doesn't want to just be the father. Who likes to be father? Too much responsibility. Let's have a friend, man. Intimate friend, beloved, stuff like that. It's just even now, just father the disciples till they get to the point, a little maturity. They don't want to deal with them. Even Prabhupada, what do you think? Prabhupada wants you forever. This is how you wipe your buttocks with your left hand. How long do you want that teaching? Do you think Prabhupada's happy with that teaching? Oh yes, just pour water on the deity, do everything external bhakti, just external. You think he wants you like that forever? No. He wants you like him, ecstatic devotee, man, intimately worshiping the Lord. You think these gurus will tell you that? No, they'll tell you, no, Prabhupada wants you to just be external devotee your whole life and just do external worship, and pour water on the deities there and just, like that, and think that you've really washed the deity. That's what Prabhupada wants, see, in their minds. But they can't take you very far. Yeah. Yeah, if you make it, you don't need to fake it. See, they're faking it. Let's fake it till we make it. They even preach that. They said, well, as your guru advances, because they can't, like sort it out. They have to speculate. Well, we tried it this way to say that they are uttamadhikaris, and we'll just give people the illusion that they can be delivered. That didn't work. So, okay, well, we got a new philosophy this year. As your guru advances, then you will advance too. Well, I mean, yeah, everything's doubtful because it'll definitely be a very slow, many lifetime process as your guru advances many lifetimes. See? Better find somebody that's already made it to the level of attraction to Krishna, deep prema bhakti. See? And then you make it because they made it. That's what Jesus taught. People made it because he made it. If you don't make it, that's why your gurus are still, okay, well, you're going to advance like a snail. As your guru makes, they ain't going to make advancement really until they go through the door at some point in some lifetime. If they don't go through the door of a living representative teaching prema bhakti and spontaneous devotion and the principles of Lord Caitanya, a living person, well, they didn't make it. You're not making it either. Unless you sort of made it in the last life and you just showed up there by default, well, now you have now you can find your way, man, if you listen to this voice, if you listen to this instruction. Come to these sadhu sangha programs associated with ecstatic devotees who have made it to the ecstatic platform, and then you will make it because they've made it, and by their association you'll be erased. It's always like that. Always will be. By association. By association, we've been degraded. By associating with mundane persons, we've become mundane. By associating with motivated religious gurus, materially motivated, we become motivated and materially also affected. That can only be cleaned off by the prema bhaktas, who worship the Lord with loving ecstasy, who are the verses themselves. Guarantee, yeah, we have a money back guarantee, man, and you don't have to pay anything. Just come here for 30 days. Yeah. If you want to make it a little faster, you do a little more service. That's it, man. That's what are we teaching? Just the real principles. It's very. How come they don't know this? You know why? Because they lack information, they lack understanding, and they've been censored. That's what religion do. It's censorship, isn't it? What do you think's going on in the Vatican? They have these down in their catacombs. There, they have all this knowledge that you don't get because they've censored it. What about the Illuminati? The same thing. They're programming you and cheating you and tricking you. They have all this information that you don't have, and they censor it because they only want to be the illumined ones. Well, that's still illusion, man. See, I have all this wonderful information I want people to know so that the weak become strong. And I become even happier, just like that's called mercy, that's called compassion, that's called all these beautiful qualities that God has. I'm only going to benefit, even if I have disciples that have ecstasies and gifts and all this stuff. Oh man, it's like my wealth is increasing too. See, not so with the elites. That's why you elites, you should come here. We got better knowledge. Here you don't have to like put people in fear and conquer. It's the old thing. This is what they run on. This is divide and conquer. This is the same old thing that's been going on in this Maya forever, man. The strong, conquer the weak. See, and the weak have to go. The weak get slaughtered. Okay? So what is that? I mean, what kind of life is that? It's so low grade. I mean, even they should change. You know, you have a chance. Everybody has a chance now. Here, the strong conquers the weak. See, here we're weak, and the strong has conquered us. But it's nice to be conquered by the Lord. See? Because now we become as strong as the Lord in that sense. We're empowered with that strength of God. We're empowered with His knowledge, His truth in the parampara. The deepest knowledge that's ever been here, deeper than the Illuminati's, deeper than your 33 degrees, because that's all selfish knowledge. That's all corrupted you all out there. That kind of knowledge, it's not like this. Here, this knowledge you get, but you're purified with it. You can't misuse this because you realize how God uses it to deliver people, to give them real strength, and you have the same nature of the Lord. You want to help people, you want to empower people, you want them to be free like you are. These gurus don't act like that. They're not freeing you, you know. Yeah, they want to be, it's the same, it's contamination. They've been corrupted by taking the place of the guru, a deliverer of disciples without being qualified. And if you do that, you grab the head of the snake and you become corrupted like they've become. As soon as they grabbed that thing, the position to be deliverers, and they did, man. As soon as Prabhupada left, you had to worship them. You had to throw flowers at their feet. Otherwise, they got rid of you. See, corrupted from the very beginning. Immediately, Maya rushes in. See? You got to go into the kingdom of God in the correct way. See? And then when you have ecstatic devotion, you just automatically you act as guru just by being a real disciple. You show people, oh, the door is right here. Just come into this association. What is the big deal? It's the same preaching I'm doing. Come into this association. You say the same thing. Come in the real line. Be delivered in this life very easily. Look, just come here, look around. Your eyes will just open by themselves. Yeah, survival of the fittest. See, the reflection is in this world. See, survive. We're the fittest, and you're not going to survive. But the truth is, it's true, but that's just a reflection. It's true here. Now you will not survive in this world unless you get the fittest person in your life, and that's the Lord. A relationship with God has to take shape in your life. You have to know the Lord, know who He is, what what is bhakti, what is devotion, all these subtle principles in Chaitanya Lila we preach. And then you become fit to live forever. Otherwise, you're not fit. You're going to die. All of you Illuminatis, you're going to die. You can put your consciousness. You're probably going to fail in an android clone or some bullshit that you're doing. But it still hasn't worked out very well. I studied what they're doing. Their clones don't work out very well. Why? Because they're trying to imitate God. It never works out well. Yeah, this is a chance for many people now to escape these kinds of things. Otherwise, there's no other real escape. Even Maya is showing. The Lord is showing through His Maya. There's no real escape. Every country is under this control now. Before, like at Kamsa's times, you could escape. There were devotees. They saw what was coming down with Kamsa. They escaped to other lands. But now it's really, you can't even here. I'm in Mexico. They got the cameras going up. Everything's going up here, just like everywhere in the world. All the cameras are going up. All the math people still, they have the masks, they have the temperature sensors ready, they have the track and control. Everything is inside. They got the army circulating around. It's all, you can't really escape any. It's all going to come down. But this is a way to escape. Become awakened spiritually, and then whatever comes, right? Hey, we're ecstatic devotees, man. We know what's real, and we can be happy while we're here. Even if the food shortages and all that stuff that's supposed to come. Why, man, we can be happy with bhakti, like Lalita was talking this morning. Man, it doesn't need anything to be happy like this. Do better than anything. So if they start taking our sense enjoyment away, still we're okay. And the others will be thinking of suiciding. Already people are suiciding now. Even and if you go against this, what do they do? They help you suicide out. They got these guys. They got these. They're executionists. They go out there and execute you. Oh, you're against the new world order. You'll have somebody coming out to your door and they'll execute you, poison you somewhere, whatever. So that's not really an escape. Trying to. This is the real. This is the great escape, man. You can escape all of this stuff by awakening. You know. Neutralize the situation is the best. So you go neutral on it. See how you neutralize? All of a sudden, you're not fighting and you're not complying. You're not like, fighting or complying with it. You just don't believe it. It's all Maya, illusion. See, you neutralize the situation. Now you put your energy in bhakti, right? See, now it's not attracting you all the time. Oh, you put your energy, regular classes. I'm going to come here. This is where my energy's going here. That's been neutralized. I'm not attracted to that. See, more and more you get like you come here, it's more and more like that. It's neutralized. It's like, well, I don't want to go towards it. I don't want to fight it. I don't want to comply with it. I just want to do bhakti, just like Prahlad, man. All that stuff was going on. That's going on now. And he's just sitting there preaching bhakti, man, preaching like here with Sadhu Sangha, we use some of that to make it clear what real bhakti is, what reality is, chant the holy name, relish the ecstasy in that, and make our comments about the highest truth and distinguish from illusions and have a nice time, man. Entertainment. After a while, these you won't want to be watching the entertainments. That's for the people. They have to go into the metaverse. Even the demons trying to figure out what to do with the people that are left. What are they going to do? All the robots are taken over. They don't need people now. That's why they're killing them. Did you know that? It's all. The Lord shows me Maya thing. It just connect the dots very easily. Oh, you see, they don't need people anymore. That's why they're getting rid of them. They need to, maybe, then it's even those people, it's like, what are we going to do with them? Well, there's no jobs for them. Oh, we'll put them in the metaverse. Well, like the TV, put them in front of the TV and they sit there and watch all day. Now they have a metaverse thing. Oh, we'll put you in the metaverse and you'll be sitting there in your cubicle looking in there and having, meeting people and meeting caricatures and all that. You think that's reality. And then the elites are having their great gorgeous times and all that, and then it all disappears and some other thing happens again and again and again. Anybody finished with that shit, living in a shithole like this? I mean, consciousness, because when you're not in that, wherever we are, we preach. Yeah. We're in a hellish place now. Hell's coming. Oh, great. We preach in hell. Like Bali Maharaj, right? Bali Maharaj, the Lord says, I'm taking you to hell and I'm coming with you and we'll preach there. And if you get a little contaminated, I'll be there, purify you. Isn't that what the Lord is doing here? Same thing. What's the difference? I interact with people all day. I do things. I do this and do that. I do my things. Get a little, you could feel a little, Yeah, come Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. And the Lord, my doorman, comes and just kicks all the shit out. I like that. This goes on forever. Yeah, send me to hell, my Lord. Let's go to hell and preach. Yeah, let's go to heaven and preach. Let's show them something better than heavenly delights. Bhakti, the only real thing in the whole universe. The only thing that exposes what is real. Nothing is real without devotion exposing it. Things as they are. It's the real light in the world. It's like this bright light is this devotion. Opens your eyes. I emptied the shit cans today. Dramana came on Facebook to watch Lalita's a thing, I think. Are you on YouTube too? Yeah, see, Dramana, she's attracting her to, I'm going to get into, maybe I'll go to Facebook again. Let's watch Lalita now. Yeah, smart girl. I was finished with this shithole 26 years ago. That's the reason I chose Krishna Bhakti above everything. I think many have. Yeah, exactly. Here you can realize Krishna Bhakti so easily, world. Oh, it's very hard. How can you realize Krishna Bhakti with gurus that don't have it? That's not even logical. No, we have it. Well, prove it. It's time to prove. Show this apocalypse time. Everything's going to be revealed. You know, what has been hidden in the closets is going to be shouted from the rooftops. You notice, all the behavior of the elites and all this. Everybody's starting to wake up. Look at where we're living in a shithole. Look at these gurus, man. Where's your bhakti, man? Where's your devotion? Where's your ecstasy? Proving that you are the door to Vrindavan. Where is it? We're being exposed. Yeah, it's time to expose. You can expose Gohari. Where's his bhakti? You can say the same thing. Gohari's acting. Where does he have bhakti? Does he have some realization? Is he awakening people? You can do the same test here. I'm not subject. I'm subject to everything. Yeah, is it? Yes, it is correct. Those who awaken bhakti are really certainly the spiritual master. Well, is that going on here, or yes or no? It's a court of law, man. God's law now is no more. This is the problem in the world. They got all these fixed courts, all these demons in charge of the courts and the politics and our laws, and they're cheating and lying. All that's going to stop now. The same thing in religion. You got all these bogus gurus. Now it's time. They're a bogey, man. If you're going, oh Guru Dev, give me mercy, I worship you, you're worshiping an idol unless they have ecstatic love of God and they've been delivered and they are empowered to deliver you. You're worshiping an idol. How long you want to waste your time? Am I not teaching Chaitanya Charitamrita chapter 1? The real guru has those qualities, man. They're the external manifestation of the super soul. The super soul is ecstatically blissful, and so are they. The super soul is full of knowledge, and so are they outside. And they're here to awaken your connection with the super soul. And then you also become like that. You become full of knowledge and full of ecstasy. That's proof the real external manifestation is here. Otherwise, that wouldn't happen. Yeah. So is it true or not? I mean, you could say, oh, Gohar is not very humble. Okay, but is it true? You could say the Lord was not very humble when he said he was God. And the devotee may not be humble, but they may say sometimes that they fit these qualities. That's what my wife left. She says, everything you say is talking about yourself. I said, well, hey man, I can't help it. If the shoe fits, that means the Lord's working inside me. You should be happy about that. But she was envious, covered by that. Wanting to be like these people, they got this teacher thing. She wanted to teach her guru. That was the whole problem. Strong desire to be an instructor. Yeah. And all of them, they're all like that. Meena, Mahaviri, they all want to be Balaram. They all want to be teacher. And I tell you all you can do is teach the wrong path. So what good is that? That's a low quality teacher, man. Isn't that low quality? Lita is more of a teacher than anybody like that. Yeah, so many people, you're all teachers here that have dedication and commitment to this path and realization about it. You're the real teachers in this world by following. A real teacher is a follower. The following the truth. Okay? That's guru. Even Prabhupada was teaching by following. He was following his guru. He had dedication to his guru. He loved his guru, truly, sincerely. He taught that by his example. That's why I say, in a way, you guys are better teachers because I haven't had one person I could say, man, this guy is it, except Prabhupada's books. Lucky for you. And luck, you're lucky the luck of others because they can see the real path is through you. Because very few, you have to be sent here to have it like that. See, Balaram's trying to see, he's proof in himself that that verse doesn't work, where it says, and or the book, Bhagavat, the devotee Bhagavat, and or the book. He's proof in himself. He hasn't made it to the ecstatic devotional sense. And I told him, I said, listen, it's because you have to be at a very high point to get it from the book. That means you have to have, it has to awaken ecstatic devotion. Then you have possibility to get over the obstacles. Just like my example, it took years still too to get to this point. Years after even being ecstatic easily by the books, by the Bible and all that. Still years. Because it's what Prabhupada said, and or, but you got to be that exception. Because I haven't seen, he's not an exception. He ain't getting ecstatic. He's speculating more and more all the time. See, that's the thing. You get corrupted. You start teaching transcendental stuff like this, you become more and more corrupted. You become more and more full of yourself. More and more, you know, like you're blinded to what's really going on. Yeah. Okay, where was I here? See, he is superior of all superiors and is busily engaged in the enjoyments of the transcendental realm and has no association with his mundane potency. Isn't that beautiful? See, the Lord has come to give us this enjoyment of the transcendental ecstasies of the transcendental realm. That's how we overcome all this here. That's how the devotees of Vrindavan overcame every problem, is by relishing this intimate association with Krishna through, you know, his presence there, and we do it through mantra now. He's given us that shelter. You come into this association very easily. You get entrance into those transcendental ecstasies and relish of those ecstasies. And whatever mundane stuff we have, we'll overcome by that relish. Now, where are you going to get a powerful path in that? Narayan Raj was saying, oh no, first you got to, you know, force yourself to get rid of all those mundane attachments and then you get the ecstasy. That's wrong. I'm sorry. It ain't the right path. I'm going to give credit where credit is due, and I'm going to give the opposite where it's not due. Right? Shouldn't it be like that? Give credit that where credit is due. Well, I give credit to the books. I give credit to the explanation of Lord Caitanya, that you get it the way that we preach, because we're preaching what he preached, what the books preach, not the opposite. That's why they don't got it. That's why you got it, because we preach the opposite of the illusion that they're preaching. That's what I was really bothered me. I go to Narayan Raj, they're preaching about austerities and to become perfect, you know, like God is perfect, you know, and you got to renounce and all this hard stuff and fastings and all this emphasis, all in the name of Raganuga. We're purebhakti.com, but lots of rules, lots of hard fasts and everything. And then I look at the Chaitanya Leela, I say, that's not in there. So I couldn't find anybody preaching what's in there. So I thought, well, I guess Prabhupada, I got to just follow the order and preach what's in Chaitanya Leela, really, truly, and look at it's happening. works like a charm. People come here, you get all your ignorance goes, and you see, wow, man, it's just like the songbook. By the word of a real guru who is really empowered, seeing the real truth and the real knowledge, all my ignorance is going. But from them ecstatic emanates. I just, I realized we have to teach it because it's not being preached. And from the ecstatic guru, all this prema emanates. And look at you guys. You're becoming affected by the prema. It's emanating from you. Also, must be the right path, even though, out of thousands of gurus, we're the only ones preaching it. We're only the ones preaching the real Chaitanya Charitamrita, the real Bhagavad Gita, the real essence of Srimad Bhagavatam. Look at the power of that. Well, I don't care if we're the only ones, we're just like, 10, 20 out of millions. Hey, man, we're doing great too. That 10, 20 out of millions. Sudama was only one out of millions who can identify the false God. See? It takes one guru to identify the false God and the real God. See, highest truth is the real God. Distinguished from illusion, that's the false God. That's any guru will give you a false representation of the real God, the real absolute truth, the real Krishna. False representation of the real path. That's why they didn't find it. Those Narayan Raj groups, they're still looking for the real path. They haven't found it with all their Radhe, Radhe, Radhe. That ain't it. It ain't enough. The devotee who chants the holy name with great ecstatic devotees has in the path. The path is in them. It comes out of their mouth and out of their heart to the world. No other way. Narrow gate, pretty narrow, huh? So what? You want to believe this preaching? You go right in the door. You come and listen. It'll make a lot of sense than even what Narayan Raj preached. Or Gaudiya Math preached. Or ISKCON preaches now. Make more sense, more logical, more clear, more powerful, more spirit, real awakening, real happiness beyond what they're showing the world. From all angles of vision, it's the best. From all angles of experience of the absolute truth, it's the best that I've seen. In harmony with the book Bhagavat. That's what I love about it. No need to speculate. You come here, you get purified of that, and then you just tell people as it is. And there's a lot of energy in that, a lot of power in that, a lot of awakening in that. Exposing the verses as they are. And you come here, all your speculations will be gone. You don't need it anymore. It doesn't work very well. It doesn't have the power to awaken Krishna in the heart of others. And that's the only important thing. That's being real guru. See, Krishna never consorts with the illusory energy. And that's why we're faulty. That's why I say I don't like people that are everybody's friend. I don't like it because Krishna don't like. He doesn't consort with the material energy or materialists. He purifies them. And if I got anybody here or any persons here that are everybody's friend, we're going to teach you how not to consort with speculators. You correct them, purify them by the truth. If there are speculators are wrong, you call them speculators and you're wrong. Why should you try to just be friends? Why do you want to be friends with speculators? The Lord doesn't consort with them. I'm here to teach you not to consort. I mean, you can go and meet people and all that, but don't believe in their speculations. And if you're behind the real truth, preach that. No, say, oh, Balaram, you're so nice. People like, oh, you're such a great guru. What you say is right. Oh, let me give you a thumbs up from your bullshit you're preaching. One guy in there doing that, and I chastise him now. Whether he takes it or not, who knows? Oh, Mina, your preaching is so nice. I give you a thumbs up on that. Oh, this is so great. See? And I say the real Krishna doesn't consort like that. He doesn't consort with speculators. That's why he sends a real guru to purify people and show you what he really does, what he really likes. He likes this kind of truth, man. A lot of purification in it. It's what people need. What did Jesus say? There's no cloak for your sins anymore. Called a spade a spade. Prabhupada also would call spades spades. This is Mayavadi. Don't believe in it. Remember, Mukunda got chastised by Lord Caitanya. Why should I preach anything different? Didn't he chastise Mukunda? Mukunda, you go to the Mayavadis and say, oh, very nice path you're following. There's somebody else, speculators who didn't take to the association of ecstatic devotees that were here. Oh, very good your path you're following. Very good. And Lord Chaitanya says, you lukewarm bullshit guy. I'll see you in 1 million lifetimes. I came here to preach bhakti, and you're honoring everything and everybody. Oh, your path is so good. Well, when Lord Chaitanya comes, only his path is good. Why aren't you preaching that? Oh, you Vaidhi Bhaktas. Oh, what you're doing is good. It ain't good now. What? Lord Chaitanya's mercy is here. Everybody should go for it. I can't help it if you're stupid enough you don't take to it. You're so dull that you believe in people that don't have any ecstasy as your gurus. I can't help that. I ain't going to stop preaching. You're full of bullshit, man. You're following bullshitters and liars and cheaters. If they can't prove that they're ecstatic devotees, you're in danger of worshiping idols. Idolatry, dead. You're sitting there, you got a car, your body and your consciousness, your car, and you're sitting in your car, and the engine is going, but it's in neutral. All your efforts are being neutralized because you got no real effect. You're worshiping idols. You're not in gear. You come here, you go into first gear, man, and second gear, third gear, and your car is moving down the road. Otherwise, you're sitting your whole life with these gurus and teachers, and you're stuck in idol because they haven't realized the absolute truth. They have no love of Krishna, no prema. And you want me to respect those persons that can't help people very well? How about we just tell them where the right path is, and whoever figures it out, whoever is the Krishna gives them the smarts, at least we are holding up the light, right? Because you just don't stop. Well, I'm sorry, I'm going to put the light down again. No, we just hold the light up. The light is here. We got Krishna. Krishna's got us. We got Radha. Radha's got us. We're here to serve the essence. We're here to deliver people. You come here, you'll be delivered out of Maya forever. You don't come here, you're on a slow path, you're going to take another birth. As I say, prove us wrong. Prove us there's somebody else out there. Nobody does because nobody can. So open challenge. Come here. Hey, any of you gurus, I dare you. Come here. Let's have a discussion. You show us you're following the best path that to deliver your disciples quickly like that. And I'll show you what we've got. Show us you got more light than with the light that is blazing here. Show that you got more truth than the truth that is blazing here. More ecstasy and spiritual happiness that is blazing here. Show us. And if not, maybe some of your followers will get some good sense and come where deliverance is. And maybe you'll be impressed because of that later. And then you'll come into the kingdom. Bottom line, if you're not living in the kingdom, what do you got to say? What do you got to preach, really? What teaching is important is what will deliver you quickly now. And that's Lord Caitanya's mercy. That's Lord Caitanya's teachings. That's Lord Caitanya's path. And we're just preaching it. You can check it. It's all checkable. You meet the devotees of Lord Caitanya, you're very easily delivered. It's all checkable. All you have to do is figure out, are we real devotees of Lord Caitanya? And that's pretty easy to figure out. But if you don't come and spend some time here, you'll never figure it out. Yeah. You'll never figure it out. Yeah. Because you can't. That's why the paramparas are here. Nobody can figure this Maya's mess out on their own. None of us. I could, without Prabhupada's books, I would have never figured it out. Even with ecstasy. And that's the problem. Some people get some ecstasy here and they're not clear about the principles in Prabhupada's book, not purified enough yet. And then they end up leaving to be big teachers or something stupid. Right? And here we got gurus now, thousands of them don't even have bhakti, haven't even reached the stage of bhakti, devotion, awakening. And people are following in droves, millions, just like they follow politicians. Fauci, even though he's doing them harm, they're following him, worshiping their torturers. See, we're worshiping people in ignorance and gurus in ignorance and these kinds of leaders for the masses who don't know any better. Well, here, we're here for the masses. My Lord came to deliver the masses. Therefore, we have to preach like this. The Lord knows who's in the heart. He'll draw here who's meant to be delivered, and that you will feel in this life. No pie in the sky bullshit. No waiting in misery while you're here being miserable and bad associated like I did for 5 years of misery in ISKCON. I was looking for deliverance. Nobody was showing it. Nobody was shining the light. I had to figure it out myself. It took years. Well, there's a place now. You want to be delivered, or do you want to be in a place with a, where you're still miserable? See, Krishna came. It's always the same thing. Jesus came, Krishna came to Mathura. Jesus came to the Jews who were oppressed by religionists, by their gurus at that time, the Pharisees. See? Same thing, Krishna came also as Lord Caitanya during the time of Vaidhi Bhaktas, right? Where they had their gurus and all that, given the same old religious thing. He came and delivered them, whoever took their association, whoever learned from them, were very easily delivered. Charismatic, materialistic persons are still more attractive than pure devotees to the majority of people. Yeah. Yeah, and we're becoming, you see, Krishna's empowering us and becoming more and more charismatic spiritually. That's sadhu sangha. We're being purified and being hollowed out, and the charisma becomes because and it overtakes everything because it's spirit. Spirit is what's really real. Can you imagine? You open. It's like our spiritual body is like it's canned. It's in a can, right? So nobody can see it because it's in a can. You got to open the can to get the contents out to eat the right. Well, that's what we're doing here. See, the can is being opened and the contents are coming out, and it's food. The world is like that. They're like unopened cans of beautiful contents inside. Yeah, and everybody's just relating to the outside of the can, eating the can, eating metal. Like Prabhupada said, the camel, eating thorns and this prickly things.
Yeah, what Freddy says is true. People, because pure devotees are not from this world anymore, and the world doesn't recognize them. They can't. This ecstasy has never been accepted. Um, we look weird, so yeah, they prefer to see those materialistic, charismatic people instead of us. Even
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fight, even having written about it, not knowing how it looks like, and blaspheming us. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, that's okay. This is part of the fun. We just have to me. It's great. I love this. It's just such a beautiful path, and it gets more and more clear. People get delivered just by having fun. Go ahead. What? What?
Yeah, Benny asked a while ago, and he repeats it. He had a dream, and he asks you if you can give
Okay.
explanation.
Okay.
It's a bit lower.
What is it? What is a dream?
Shall I try to find it on Facebook?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Here I can't see it anymore. It's gone.
Okay. See if you can find it.
Yeah.
Sometimes Krishna gives me the ability to interpret dreams pretty good too, actually.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Who also had that thing, that gift was the guy in the Bible. I forgot his name. One of these devotees of God. He had it, and he went to the Egyptians, and they made him like a famous
Joseph,
guy.
Joseph,
Joseph, yeah, made him a
Joseph.
famous guy because he interpreted the dreams properly. It saved him a lot of troubles. But you get spiritual gifts. Well, the Lord gives, manifests things, in us. Like Lalita's ecstatic worship is beautiful. It's like so wonderful. Thank you for sending us such a nice devotee here. It's amazing. And
Thank you,
Johan,
Guru.
and Govind, all, just the devotees coming is just, this is treasure, man. The relationships here with the devotees is just treasure. Yeah. Beautiful rivers. Her readings are fantastic. I mean, reading Chaitanya Bhagavat, you know, yeah, just unbelievable. This whole
Shall I
thing.
read it?
Yeah, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
Maharaj, could you please explain a dream I had yesterday? In this dream, I was in a huge old castle with my dog. He was guarding.
Wait. Say that again. Say that. I was what?
In this dream, I was in a huge old castle,
Castle. Okay,
yeah,
castle
castle, with my dog. He
with a
was
dog.
guarding.
Dog
Dog,
with a
yeah.
dog.
And the
Okay.
dog was
Was guarding,
guarding.
gardening,
I,
or no, no. Oh, guarding. Okay.
yeah. I was going around the place, and at certain point, I came downstairs in a huge hall, looking like a ball hall. I
Looking like a
saw
what? Looking
a
like a what?
ball, A ball hall. I think it is it a dancing place or something, a ball hall?
A ball hall. Can you write it in a private? Just spell it out because each word is important. If I don't know it, I can't.
B
So
A L L and then
ball.
hall.
Oh, looking like a ball hall. Yeah, with a ball in it. Okay. Okay.
I saw Prabhupada walking in this hall. It was many years ago. Prabhupada entered my dreams. That's all.
Okay, that's it. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So read the first part again.
In this dream, I was in a huge old castle with my dog. He was guarding. I was going around the place, and at certain point, I came downstairs in a huge hall, looking like a ball hall. I saw Prabhupada walking in this hall. It was many years ago Prabhupada entered my dreams.
Yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah, yeah. See, we're in the soul. It's like we're in this house. This body is like a castle, a castle, and 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 the Lord is guarding it. Actually, like a dog, guarding, making sure that we live and survive. It could be like your um, the antibodies in our system and everything, guarding. See, guarding this place. So now he descended downstairs. See, that's down into the heart. See, that's where the ball is going. See, that's where you're coming down into the heart, descending into the heart. And you see where the real show is going on, where the happiness is, where people are having a great time, where all of this. So you have to descend down into the heart. That's where the ball is going. The dances and the beauty and all that. So that's showing that that's your path. Is the Lord. You're getting connected now. You have this is self realization. The Lord is delivering you like that, showing you that you're seeing the ball and that Prabhupada is there. See, the whole parampara, the connection is there. See, well, that's what you get for coming here. Okay? It's a place of dancing, Vrindavan. Where things are fun and wonderful and beautiful, eternal. So great dream, man. Excellent.
And Francis had his first awakening.
Yeah, yeah. What did that look like? How did that?
I wasn't there. Maybe he should write about here. He's here.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You tell what happened when you're. You can tell us. Write it down and I'll read it in a little bit. Yeah. So that's how it is. See, then descending in the heart, and then seeing the real ball, the real happiness, and the real. See, that's where Prabhupada is. All the devotional family is. So we're here to bring people into that. You can all come if you want to come now. I'm not joking. I'm not lying, and Krishna will prove it. My Lord, he's the prover, man. Uh, okay, so let's see here. That was that Brahma Samhita. Let's see what else. I go back to now. We're going to be Srimad Bhagavatam. You can find this, Lalita. Srimad Bhagavatam, seventh canto, and I'll see what verse here. Okay, this is verse number 10. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead, oh, wait. Number 9, verse 9. Actually, I'm going to read verse number 8.
Chapter 1, eh? Chapter
No,
1.
chapter 7, Srimad Bhagavatam. Oh, yeah, chapter 1. Yeah, chapter 1. Yeah, seventh canto, chapter 1. Verse number 8. Matter of fact, you read that. You read that.
Okay, Guru Maharaj, thank you. When the quality of goodness is prominent, the sages and demigods flourish with the help of that quality, which they are infused and surcharged by the Supreme Lord. Similarly, when the mode of passion is prominent, the demons flourish. And when ignorance is prominent, the yakshas and rakshasas flourish. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is present in everyone's heart, fostering the reactions of Sattva Guna, Rayoguna, and Tamoguna.
That's beautiful. How that works is, see, when your heart is polluted and you have no Shuddha Bhakti, see, so the heart is polluted. It's the Lord doing it because of this. It's in the heart, this Rajagun, Tamagun, forcing the living entities to act. See, so prompted. See, that's why if you analyze what's see through the vision of the revealed scriptures here, you look at the situation here. Well, what is acting in the world predominantly? Well, it's not necessarily there's some tamagun going on, but there's a lot of rajagun. And you know what it says? The rajagun being prompted. What is happening? It's the demons. See, that's the rajagun. If you notice, rajagun is very active, right? Rajagun. If you notice these demons, they've been working on this thing, very active. That's why you see, and it's the Lord's energy prompting this, giving it a lot of force. See, force to take over. So it's still everything ultimately is under the control and owned by the Lord, right? That's the verses. But so the Rajagun is very strong. See, and they're very active. They're actively want to change the world. They got all these plans, and my God, man, I just to try to even overcome it is like, wow, man, it would take a mountain of energy. And see, so the mode of goodness is not so surcharged right now. This is Kali Yuga. In the hearts is not so surcharged, not so powerful. Because if it was more powerful, it would naturally take over. See, that's why there's this war, because there's a certain amount of people that are surcharged with goodness, and they're trying to overcome this, so it causes the fight. See, so this is in their heart. See, this is the world. This is how the universe is the interactions of these modes of nature. See, so that's why this path is being offered now, because in this heart and in the hearts of many devotees coming here, getting purified of the tamagun, rajagun, and even sattvagun. There's a purifying to where now what is acting is this Shuddha Sattva potency, pure goodness, begins to cause us to act in the world. See, and this causes like a deeper understanding of the world, deeper revelation and realization. You start to see things more as it is, more better than even a Brahmin in the mode of goodness does, even. See, that's why this is topmost path, man. This is being offered to the lowest people. You come here very quickly, you get purified, and then Shuddha Bhakti will manifest from your heart. You'll see the ball, you'll see the big dance. You'll see Prabhupada there with all the devotional family, like that dream. See, so that Krishna enters the heart now. Now you have the gardener. Why? Because you have a true vine. You met the true vine. We're a true vine. We're the real branch of the Chaitanya tree, not a dead branch. You're a dead branch on the Chaitanya tree if you don't have this ecstatic love of God manifest, this prema. You're still a dead tree, dead branch. So the branches can come alive, they have to come and look over to the live branch. And they will get life like that, connect like that. Otherwise, you want to be a dead branch, you want to be a dead guru, you're just more or less dead. What, you can't deliver your disciples prema bhakti? Well, you're dead. You make them Brahmins? Well, that's okay. They're going to take another birth. You're going to take another birth because that doesn't finish it. It's only this Shuddha Bhakti that finishes it. Lord Chaitanya came to bring it, and he brought it, and now he's bringing it again through his real devotees. And if you don't bring in Prema Bhakti, you're not a real devotee yet. You're not a real associate of Lord Chaitanya. I don't know why it can't be more clear than this, how it would be. You have to get this Shuddha Bhakti, and if you're thinking, oh, that's so high, my Guru Dev's told me it's many lifetimes. Yeah, it'll be many lifetimes for you because he didn't bring it through to you. But we're bringing it through to whoever comes here. You'll be purified of all your stuff that's keeping you from this real experience of Shuddha Bhakti and being inspired by it. That's how we roll here. That's the basis of our classes is Shuddha Bhakti and deep knowledge about Shuddha Bhakti. And the glory of it, showing the glory of it. Living in the kingdom now, not later, not next lifetime, not many lifetimes, now, for God's sake. Wake up. You know, Ryan Raj, people, Radhakun, but wake up. It's here. For God's sake and yours. It's here. Like Jesus said, man, he says, the kingdom of God is coming to you. It's coming through the devotee. Always is, always will, and it's the only way. The kingdom of God comes through the devotee, literally, through and through. See? Through and through. You got to go through, and it goes through you. Communion, instantaneous, if you're that open. That's why a little hollowing out. We're trying to go through, get through. It's a little bit like this and like this and like this. And then we finally break through, right, Francis? The Lord broke through. Who broke through? Through and through. Communion. Ha ha. Hallelujah.
Yeah. It emanates and it enters from one into the other.
Yeah, yeah, Keep getting bitten by something here. What is it? Ants, probably. Got a lot of ants lately. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah.
Francis says he was preaching about Lord Chaitanya to Radhe and his voice was choking up and then he starts crying.
Oh, you see, that's how it happens. He needs to. That's why. Hey, so okay, Francis, this is a sign from God. Start doing more Facebook lives. You want more of that? Start getting up there and get to the camera and start preaching, and you'll see you're going to choke up. You're going to have more of that and more advancement. Why? Why you can, man? We're not going to always have internet. That stuff's going to go down eventually, probably. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. But while it's here, take advantage of it, man. Like Govinda, he gives class. Lalita, Johan, get up now. Ecstatic devotee, Freddie,
Oh,
get
Freddie.
yeah. He also right. Get up, man. Come to the bed. Hey, well, she doesn't like to do that. Now is the time. Yeah. So so if you feel like it, get up there, man. You're gonna if you wanna advance, you wanna relish this more. You get up there and start preaching. Testify. Confession is unto salvation, and more here. You get more than salvation. Okay. Okay. Go ahead. Read on. The next verse.
The all-pervading personality of Godhead exists within the heart of every living being, and an expert thinker can perceive how he is present there to a large or small extent, just as one can understand the supply of fire in wood, the water in a water pot, or the sky within a pot. One can understand whether a living entity is a demon or a demigod by understanding that living entities' devotional performances. A thoughtful man can understand how much a person is favored by the Supreme Lord by seeing his actions.
Yeah, isn't that great? I mean, that's yeah. It's just like that. It's like when you get purified, you can be able to see. Oh, this person's got predominantly the mode of ignorance, uh, predominantly the mode of passion. See, predominantly you can see predominantly mode of goodness or mixtures. You see, you could see that in you become able to see these things. But you need to be purified. Otherwise, if you're predominated by, say, the mode of goodness or passion or ignorance, you can't see clearly anything. But actually, in the mode of goodness, you can see more up to your level of realization of goodness. It's kind of like it's kind of like if you go to the further extent in the spiritual dimension, say Vrindavan. If you're in the like the mode the you're a beloved of Krishna, then you can see all the other qualities. You see, you can relish them, the qualities of being a father, a mother, and to be a intimate friend and intimate servant. See, you see all of those qualities, see, like that, because you're so deep into the understanding. It's a highest ras. Okay? Well, the same thing in the material modes of nature. If you're in goodness, you can see you see better, you're more clear. What's in the mode of passion? You see, oh, those persons are in passion, and these people are in ignorance. See? So the demons, see, they see people in the mode of goodness and they see them that they're their enemies because they're always trying to stop them from conquering. You see how that works? The demons are always lying, tricking, and deceiving. That's what they do. That's their nature. That's how they win. and and what do you call it? The demigod types. They usually worship God. Well, not always, but worship God, or they worship spirit. They're looking for, like they like honesty, they like integrity, right? They like to play by the rules for the right thing, follow the rules, do good unto others as you would have them do you. The demons are the opposite. Demons say, hey, that's foolish, and they laugh at people like that. They say, why are you going against your nature? Because actually, a person in mode of goodness, usually they've conquered over through suppression, probably, through suppression of that other side of themselves. See, and the demons are trying to get people to get that side out, and that's why they try to condition people, make them like themselves. See, so they get at that part. You know where I learned this stuff? I learned this from the movies. I learned this from TV programs. There was one called The Evil, and these demons are doing it. They're trying to get they laugh, they mock people worshiping God. especially the people trying to be good, you know, and they see the struggle they have with the evil, and so the demon in this TV series are always trying to get them to get that part of themselves out that's suppressed, and sometimes they win, and it shows you the teaches. I mean, you know, the Lord is teaching through everything, and you can see, well, you know, this is so, this is a thing. That's why that's not permanent, this being good. See, this is just part of the dynamics of the world. You need Shuddha Bhakti. This does the permanent change, permanent deliverance. This purifies the heart of good and evil, all of that stuff. This is eternal, and you just stay with Shuddha Bhakti forever, more and more and more, and all the evil and all the good in us is overcome. Even the good, that's still not real. It's
Yeah,
a shadow of the deeper truth. The qualities of the Lord and his devotees are transcendental. See?
yeah,
Not material, not even material goodness. People look up to that as, oh, he's a good person and all that. Still false ego in there. False identification. You know, that's why this a group like this of devotees is very rare to find, you know, where people are we're surrendering to the Shuddha Bhakti. See, that comes through, and it comes through us. See, so you come through this channel here in our Sadhu Sangha program. Oh, you're coming through, and the Lord will come through and get through and hollow you out to where you got this nice channel that stays forever, right? And this channel was hooked into the channel now. It's a channel we made. You know, when you're making a channel for water to flow. See, that's what we're doing, making a channel for this divine water to flow. And then we're doing that more and more and more. It's flowing really good now in a lot of devotees. You know, now we're getting the shelter. I mean, I see my own progress for the years, you know, just how chanting is becoming so natural, and so the flow is
smooth.
initiating smooth. It's that water, you just call the Lord comes, you know, you come through the name, and the name comes through you, and the ecstasy and all this. Where do you find that kind of path? Come through the narrow gate and you've got it. You know, demons and ignorance, they don't suppress anything. Just like being assholes, they suppress their soul. Yeah, yeah, they don't. Yeah, so yeah, this is how you get over that war inside. You know, this struggle. You know, yeah, this is the best path, the easiest one.
It, it's
The
the
mercy,
spirit of
Lord.
Lord Caitanya who solves this complete problem, actually.
Yeah,
He solves that.
yeah. Okay, go ahead. Read the next one.
Yeah. When the Supreme Personality of Godhead creates different types of bodies, offering a particular body to each living entity according to his character and fruitive actions, the Lord revives all the qualities of material nature, sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna. And then, as a supersoul, he enters each he enters each body and he influences the qualities of creation, maintenance, and annihilation, using sattvaguna for maintenance, rajoguna for creation, and tamoguna for annihilation.
Isn't that amazing? Do you see how it's all under the, when you have knowledge, you see it, it's all under the control of the Lord's energies.
Yeah.
See, He uses it for creation, maintenance, and destruction. So this cycle is going on. So people are fighting there, you know, they're fighting the not clear. They don't have absolute knowledge about what's really going on. Yeah. And so, like another point here, yeah. See, the Supreme Lord Godhead creates different types of bodies, offering particular body to each living entity according to his character and fruit of actions. See, so when you meet the devotees, this changes. This is divine intervention because that's always going on. Fruitive activities, people, if you don't have proper knowledge, if you're not in the real line, and then you won't have this knowledge, so you'll just be acting fruitive. Here now you're acting to get a certain fruit, and this fruit is bhakti. You're coming here to get bhakti. Okay, so your actions are geared in this way. Oh, and it's pretty easy. All you do is come to sadhu sangha, turn your camera on, and start listening, hearing. So your hearing talks about the ultimate goal of life. The ultimate fruit is not material; it's spiritual.
Mm.
See, and so you use your activity in a spiritual way, to cultivate real knowledge, which you get in these sadhu sangha programs. Clear knowledge. See, so it points you always. See, now, so the fruit of all of this will be devotion. Like you see people come and have awakenings. Francis had awakening. People have dreams to encourage them. Oh, yeah, you just keep going deeper. See, so Francis get awakening. Why? That's his cultivating. This is the fruit of coming to sadhu sangha. It gives you a fruit you can't get anywhere else. You can't get this fruit from following these gurus who are not eating this fruit, or where this fruit is not manifested. See, Madhavinda Puri, the fruit of ecstatic devotion manifested. See, the fruit of that from his activities of chanting, hearing, and remembering Krishna, that fruit manifested. And Krishna appeared in a dream and said, because of your ecstatic devotion, I'm going to deliver the world now. It's the only real deliverance. So then people, if you come and associate with devotees, then you'll eventually and very quickly get this fruit of devotion. Otherwise, you're just lost in some material fruit of reactions and actions and reactions, and you're eating material fruits. That's it. You go to these gurus, all you can do is eat the fruit of mode goodness because they're not eating this fruit you see here. How do you know? Well, they don't like our teaching. If they would like it, then it means that they're eating this fruit.
Mhm.
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they acknowledge that? Oh, wow, you're eating the real fruit. Let us come. I want to come also and eat this fruit. Yeah, this is the fruit of devotion. Listen, isn't this the fruit of our activities? We come here, we meet. What is the fruit? Relishing transcendental mellows. Where is that taught in the world? Where is that taught in ESKCON? Where is that taught in Gaudiya Samiti or Gaudiya Math? To relish transcendental fruit, to relish transcendental mellows. Well, maybe yeah, they're teaching about that. Yeah, but are you doing it? Are you doing the deed? Are you empowered? Are you purified enough to relish transcendental mellows in the name? Do tears pour out of your eyes when you chant Hare Krishna mantra or Lord Chaitanya's names? Or feel at least some ecstatic bliss deeply? Well, no, we just talk about it. Okay, well, come here, you'll talk about it and also relish it. And when you talk, people say, this person knows what they're talking about. Or they'll become so jealous and envy and they'll grasp by it and criticize you, one or the other. No lukewarm stuff. Well, sometimes we got some lukewarm people here still. They're the ones who try to be everybody's friends that makes you lukewarm. So you want to have some salt in your preaching? Just be Krishna's friend. Preach the truth uncompromisingly. If somebody's
Absolutely.
full of bullshit, tell them now. Hey, man, you're a speculator.
Absolutely.
Show them the path. Whether they want to, whether they, oh, you're my enemy now. Too bad, man. It's the truth. I'd rather have the truth as my friend and have a million people as my enemies simply because I'm into the truth. And then you will probably. A lot of people hate you sometimes for this. You know, hey, we're making progress here. Even the ones that used to hate me, now they're saying, "Oh, you're the most popular Saj on the internet." Well, you're my favorite Sahaja now. I mean, that's progress. I tell you, man. You got to give credit where credit is due.
Favorite famous.
Famous now. Next one, they're the most famous Sahajas on the internet, man.
I realized, Guru Maharaj, that those dreams, now I just by accident see Amy, her word of, does she also write about dreams, but I still didn't read her comment. But most of those dreams are pointing the finger on following this path. That's
Yeah,
very clear to me.
yeah.
Very, very clear. Like call his wife, like Noodles, like Rade, because she's not so as long following here in
No, no.
class. It's very recently that she follows actually.
Yeah.
They are all encouraged. Fanny also, she had a dream about Johan who was standing next to her bed, all pointing the finger of this is the goal of life. This is
Oh
great.
yeah, pointing finger at what? This
All
is the
those
goal.
all those dreams point the finger for me. Point the finger to this sangha is really this guru is really bringing you to the goal
Yeah,
of
this
life.
is where it's happening, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
those dreams show the way. Benny as well. Yeah.
yeah. If you want real life, we got real life here. Show us where real life. I just see a bunch of ceremony. I see just the shadow everywhere. Shadow and ISKCON and all these groups. It's just not attractive at all. Just like you become the verses, you become empowered to know what Krishna, why he comes here. He comes here. He's not attracted to this. I was a wonder. I was never attracted to all these ceremonies. It's just too external to me. I always liked the chanting the names in the Prabhupada's books, just relishing the truths and not this big show stuff.
Even if they show, even if
Yeah,
they explain you what the rituals means, still you've got to use your mind all the time. So still you're not completely free. You really need to have this spirit. You need this devotion.
yeah, yeah.
Absolutely.
Need the devotion.
Yeah.
That's what we're here for.
Mm.
Yeah, the time of preaching many lifetimes is finished, man. Just come and get purified. You can just it's the fast track to this. Okay, read on. Let's see what else we got.
O great King, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the controller of the material and spiritual energies, who is certainly the creator of the entire cosmos, creates the time factor to allow the material energy and the living entity to act within the limits of time. Difficult English for me. Thus, the Supreme Personality is never under the time factor nor under the material energy.
Yeah, and that's how we become free of time. See, take shelter of the transcendental Lord. As you see, the mode of goodness, they talk about be here now. They like now is part of the time. But be here now with what? With the world? You're still in the world, be here now. So that's the mode of goodness. Why it's okay. It's better than if you're meditating on the past, then you become materially, emotionally, and like almost you, if you get too much into the past, you become very materially emotional, and you'll end up at a psychologist place to try to heal your emotions or something because it's painful. You know, you're relishing, well, not really relishing, material Ross, positive and negative stuff, and it's very, you know, and a lot of times we have past in our past, our memories, traumas, right? Very, and we act out the traumas because of things trigger our memories. Very painful to live in the past. Future, you get anxiety, thinking, oh, what am I going to do in the future? You know, you're speculating. Even like in finances, too much speculation about what it's going to happen, and you get an anxiety, and you get that's like these people on Wall Street. They're always hyped up, and you know, because you can turn on YouTube to see these marketers. They're all hyped up with this because what is the future? What are we going to win later? Is this going to go up or down or down? You know, and they get all hyped up, you know, agitated. See, so now you have Eckhart Tolle preaching power of now, be here now. See, not thinking of the future, not thinking. That's a band aid still because you're still in the world. You're being here now with mundane things. Whoopie doo. I mean, but it's like, oh, there's a little happiness in that, relief. But then it's a struggle because the mind wants to go in the future and the past is all, and you never get perfect peace.
No.
Never. See? See? So be here now with Krishna. See, that's attentive chanting of the name and the pastime. I notice when I'm attentive and I'm chanting, there's a difference. See, so now I'm being here now with Krishna. Let's be here now with Krishna. Krishna is timeless, so let's just be here now with the timeless one. Let's give full attention to the timeless one. See, this is the perfect path. What I just said is the perfect way. This resolves a whole equation. This is solves the ignorance that is in the actions of people. If you follow this way, be here now with Hari Kata, with the holy name like we are. Be here now with this preaching. Be here now with these directions. See, and very quickly you'll get into the kingdom. Very clearly you'll see it. Very clearly you'll feel it. Because everybody is more or less unclear, even the Buddha's teachings. Yes, even the Buddhist teachings are unclear. I'll prove it. You give me any Buddhist statement, I'll make it right. Like, I'll give you an example. I saw some saying of the Buddha, which is probably a disciple who they don't know who it is. To say a saying of the Buddha says, happiness is the path. So you think, oh, let me just be happy all the time. See? Is that really clear? That's a teaching of goodness. Happiness, now that's, yes, very good to be happy all the time, right? But does it really work? Nothing works right when you're not conclusive. See? But happiness is the path, but not like the Buddha's teaching. He's thinking being here now is happiness, but then there's the struggle, because our past comes up and starts struggling. See, the modes of nature are always competing. You're not self-realized yet. It's very hard to maintain goodness and being here now. See, but happiness is the way. The happiness of being with Krishna, right? Now we're talking. Now you got real direction. Now you're getting real understanding. Now you're finding the real path. See, everything comes being here now with Krishna in Krishna's Devotees Association, because they're the only ones who know the clear path. Be here now with an intimate relationship with Krishna. Ah, perfect. That's it. Now there's no duty for you other than being here now with Krishna. I mean, that's all I do. That's all. Just be. Krishna, let us commune, man. Let us just associate and let the dances begin. Let the rasa dance. See, rasa dance comes from just the meeting of devotee and Krishna. Spontaneous things happen. burst into song or a dance or a lecture. Spontaneous. Just be here now with Krishna. See, you transcend time. That's why our lectures are usually like 2 hours and 30 minutes. Boy, time flies when you're having a good time. Have you noticed, has it been 2 hours and 30 minutes there? I'm surprised too. Wow, that's fast. See, we enter the timelessness of Krishna, and it's wonderful. Oh, good, they're cleaning the pool. That means fresh water in the pool. God, thank you guys for keeping me in a nice space. Nice, I got a nice, nice apartment, cheap too. I have the cheap. People are envious. How do you get an apartment so cheap? Like this, 2 blocks from the beach with a view and a pool upstairs. When it gets hot, you just jump in the pool. Thank you very much for helping me live this, and thank you for coming. Give me a chance to glorify the Supreme Lord and feel happy. Yeah, yeah, and to give this happiness to others. Just by being, see, happiness is the path when it's like this, right? When you're chanting the glories of the timeless Lord, get you out of time. Yeah. Go ahead there. Read on. One more verse.
O king, this time factor enhances the sattva guna. Thus, although the Supreme Lord is the controller, he favors the demigods who are mostly situated in sattva guna, and then the demons who are influenced by tamoguna. They are annihilated. The Supreme Lord induces the time factor to act in different ways, but he is never partial. Rather, his activities are glorious, and therefore he is called Urushvara.
Mm. Yeah. So again, like that's why, in a sense, there's nothing really to be done about what's going on. If a person is acting as a demon and doing things to harm others, they're harming themselves. Okay? The best, most intelligent thing is how to get out of this, how to escape this thing, this cycle. You know, um, because in a sense, you don't have to. The demons, they're doing activities that are annihilating themselves in the process. See? That's just how the world works. See, and the people in the mode of goodness are more favored by the Lord. You know why? Because they look, even though they may not understand the Lord very well, they have more knowledge. They understand the Lord's better. In the mode of goodness, and they practice austerities and do renunciations and follow the rules. See, they try to be good people. See, so you get more favor, by the Lord in that way because you'll be happier. The demons are not really happy. You can even look at them. Look at some of these guys; they look miserable. See, it's their activities. See, and good people, they look more happy. They more happy, and it's because the Lord favors them more in the sense, and that's the Lord. That sattva gun makes you more happy, more favored. But the most favor of all is Shuddha sattva. That's what we're here for, to give people the supreme happiness. This is eternal. Yeah, you could be born a Brahmin and do rules, regulations, and all this, and you'll take another birth eventually because you not made it. You don't not made it to Shuddha Bhakti yet. You don't know what that is. So you come until you figure it out, which means you meet the devotees, and then you get the devotional experience. See, now you're really favored. You see, you get the supreme benediction here. You notice that? The favor increases, the happiness increases. The ultimate happiness is here in this bhakti. See, so this is more favor than being favored by the mode of goodness, even. This is eternal favor of the Lord. You notice? Well, this ain't going to stop. This increases. This is how we're going to win. How we're going to win many souls to this. You're going to see this. You get more than following these gurus. More favor of God. You start to understand. Oh, I didn't know this is a favor of God. Our gurus never taught us this is the favor of God. Well, you got some guru here telling you what is the real favor of God, and proving it, and showing it, and having their disciples show it. Right, Lalita? Showing what is the real favor of God is to have a smile on your face like Lalita, hearing the glories of the eternal Lord and the eternal path, and the relish inside her mind of that, the taste for that in her heart. It's about time we get some real teachings here, some substantial teachings, teachings that work like a charm. Charming teachings. I can be charming sometimes. Not often, sometimes. One more verse, one more verse.
Formerly, O king, when Maharaj Yudhishthira was performing the Rajasuya sacrifice, the great sage Narada, responding to his inquiry, reciting original facts showing how the Supreme Personality of Godhead is always impartial, and when killing demons, even when killing demons, in this regard, he gave a vivid example.
Okay, yeah, I think we'll stop here for now, and then we'll save this and relish this another time.
Yeah,
I like to keep going on this. I love this chapter. It's really is
it's
nice.
a difficult one for me.
Yeah, but do you understand the explanation afterwards?
Yeah, I understand your explanations, but those sentences are too long. I can't.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'll just explain it, the essence.
It's okay. Thank you.
Because they are long. It's a little bit long, but the essence is beautiful, really wonderful.
Yeah, I
All
can't
right.
relate one
What?
piece to another. I cannot relate the pieces to each other. That's a bit difficult for me
Okay.
because of the language.
Language. Okay. All right. So give us a word before we leave here. Give us a word. I like
Oh,
putting you on the spot.
yeah, it's a bit sorry that I don't understand everything. Still, um, yeah, let's really worship this timeless God. Was a deep one when you said that.
It was what?
A very deep one. This timeless Lord, yeah. No future, no past, just in the now, and go deep inside. And every time that we connect to the Lord, that we go into that communion, there is nothing else but that. There is just this escape, this other place where you brought us. It for always, for always, for always. Every day is so beautiful. I get up in the morning and I know it will be a marvelous day again, Guru Maharaj. Every time the same. My whole life I lived like duty, 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 duty. It's all finished. It's all pleasure. Such a deep pleasure. A pleasure that you need to preach about, especially to religion, because they mislead people. A, a pleasure that you really need to explain that there is joy, joy with God. You don't have to be fearful of the Lord like the Muslims. You don't have to be good for the Lord. You don't have to do all those things. You don't have to show who you are. You just have to dive inside of Him.
Yeah.
And your life is perfect, perfect. Your whole life, the whole day, I'm full of this spirit. I have people of Africa with who I'm communicating now, Christians, but who are uh, very, very, very ignorant, who watch my videos, and who are so surprised how deep our happiness is. If you're not in contact with the spirit, if nobody gave you that, if nobody planted that seed inside of you, religion is an empty situation.
Oh yeah.
It's just here. It's just here that it happens. You're
Yeah.
fantastic, Gurmaraj. That's really, you're fantastic.
Yeah. See that this is the shelter of Krishna is to feel experience the shelter of Krishna. It's beautiful. It's eternal. It's enduring. It's there's perfection. You know, it's like there ain't anything beyond this. This is Vrindavan. We're living like this more and more in the Garden of Eden. Or that's Vrindavan is Garden of Eden. You know, you got intimacy with God and the devotees there. We're having it like manifesting a family of them. You know, just like it was in Vrindavan 5,000 years ago. The devotees are becoming like that here. It's a miracle. It's amazing, and showing the beauty of it, showing the beauty of this kind of timeless worship. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Just coming here one class with an open mind, it's like better than 40 years of being with gurus who have not awakened, you know, and you're going to their classes every day for 40 years. But one class here, you get more knowledge and more information about the true kingdom of God as it is from experienced devotees. Therefore, that's more powerful than anything. Yeah. So anyway, great. Thank you. And we'll be back. Hare Krishna.